That happened to me in Colombia. You know, guys, that I went in Colombia, is that right? So I got in this taxi because I needed to move from point A to point B. So I got in this taxi in Ciudad Don Bosco. Ciudad Don Bosco is a place like this where they work with young people and they have the boarding school. So as soon as I got in the taxi, the guy actually asked me, "Are you an educator?" If he's asking me this question, that means that he understands who I am and what we do here. So I say, yes, I am an educator, but I'm actually doing that in the United States. And I asked him, "Why are you asking me this?" And he said, "I was in this program and I was at the boarding school." When someone says that he was at the boarding school, that means that he had issues. So I say, "Do you mind to tell me why did you ended up in the boarding school?" And he says, "Yeah, by all means." Then he tells me the following. I need you to pay attention to this. He says, "When I was 14 years old, my dad left us and my mom stayed by herself. My mom found a boyfriend and the boyfriend came to live at home. I was only 14 years old and the guy comes at home and he starts trying to put his rules. Rules like, I don't know, you cannot watch TV, you should be working, you are 14 years old already, you should be doing something." So this guy basically told my mom that it was him or me. And my mom started actually pushing me to get to do what this guy wanted it to do. At the end, mom kicked me out of home. He was 14 years old. Pay attention to this. He lived for 1 year outside on the streets. He said, "I didn't have nothing to do. I actually went and helped in these places to be able to eat something. I didn't sleep in a bed. I was sleeping on the floor. And so many times I will go and wash the windows of the buses and the guard will actually help me to sleep over there. But then at 3 a.m. he will come and say, 'Hey, you need to leave because they're starting to use the buses.'" While he was telling me this, I was about to cry. And then he says, "You know what? I went to the police and I say, this is my situation. I'm 14 years old and I am homeless." He lived 1 year on the streets. The police took him to the Salesian place, something like this. And in the Salesian place, they welcome him. How do they welcome him? Making him feel that he's important. The same technique that we use here. When I stand up and I say hi to every single one of you. And I ask him, "When did you decide to stop being a victim?" And the guy looked at me and he says, "You know what? At one point I stood up outside of the church and then I realized that I was alone, that no one actually was with me, that I was by myself. And I start bawling, I start crying because I realized that there is no one who cares. And in that moment I made the decision that I wanted it to be someone in life, that I wanted it to become someone who is good for society, that I need to finish the high school that I have here." And he actually finished. And he became a technician. And when he was 18 years old, he needed to leave the program and started looking for a house by himself. And the Salesians helped him out. There is one father, Father Peli, that is the one who helped him out. And he says, "You know what? I used to go to the place and just get something to eat. And the priest will give me the food and he will give me 2 more portions so I can have breakfast and lunch." And then what happened? He says, "I made it. I found someone. I have 2 kids. I worked, I bought my house, and I have been working for 20 years in a company." And he says, "And you know what? Last month they let me off because they are doing reduction of personnel. And with that money, I bought a taxi and I want to do an entrepreneur." And then I asked him, "Have you seen your mother?" And he says, "Yes, I have a good relationship with her." And in my mind, it's like, how can you have a good relationship with someone that kicks you out from home because the guy? And he says, "I forgave her. I understood and I didn't judge and I forgave her." And then I asked, I say, "And what happened with the guy?" And he says, "The guy left. My mom got pregnant of 3 kids more, my brothers, and then he left." "How do you get along with your brothers?" "I'm fine, I have no problem." You see, many times you guys complain for things that are worthless. Every day you have a place to go. Every day you have something to be in. You have people who love you. You can come over here. You have your parents. But there are other people in this world that are not necessarily having the same blessings that you do. The question is, how are you doing to take advantage of this? You want to see the guy now, how he looks 20 years after? I have a picture. That's the guy. I ask him, I say, "You know what? Can you tell your story?" And the guy says, "Yes." "Do you mind if I take a picture?" "No." "Can I show your picture?" And he says, "Yes." And then I gave him our phone number. And the next day he texted me and he said, "You know what? Thank you for reminding me where I come from, how capable I am. And not only that, He says, can you please send me the picture because I want to keep it to remember who I am and how I make the difference. Turn around to your friends and I need you to talk. What is something that grabbed your attention from this story? And question number 2 is, how are you going to do to take advantage of what you have right now? Go ahead.
Would you like to help?